Welcome back to Speducation. I am your host, Brandon Reed, and as always, if this is your first time to the channel, a special welcome to you. Well, it's a new week, and we have a new lesson. So, without further ado, let's dive right in. Today's lesson, least restrictive environment. That's right. Today we're going to be looking at least restrictive environment. And we may have covered it before, but we probably covered it in passing when we were talking about the different parts of an IEP. So what specifically is least restrictive environment and how does it relate to special education? Least restrictive environment, or also known as LRE, means kids who get special education should be in the same classroom as other kids as much as possible. LRE isn't a place, it's a principle that guides a child's education program. LRE for each child may look different because the kids are unique. And not only that, but even the states have different codes and different ways of labeling LRE, least restrictive environment. For example, this is the Indiana code. So each of these codes relates to a specific least restrictive environment placement. A level 50 means that 80% or more of instructional time is in the general ed setting. A level 51 means 40 to 79% of instructional time is in the general ed setting. A 52 means less than 40% of instructional time is in the general ed setting. 53 is a separate day school facility that might be like an alternative school that a student is sent to for a short period of time. 54 is a residential facility. 55 is correctional facility. 56 is parentally placed in private school. And 57, student disability requires home services as determined by a case conference committee. Now, there are those that would say that, well, that's good. Special ed students shouldn't be in the general ed setting. They should be in separate classrooms because that's where they're going to get the most help. And after all, it's going to bring down the class for everybody else because the teacher's going to have to modify and accommodate the students' needs. And really, special ed students, they need to be separated. Hey, that's a great idea. I'm all for it. But why stop there? Why not have a separate class for visual learners? That's right, visual learners, they don't really do well with kinesthetic or auditory, but they do really great with visual. So why not put them in a separate class? Oh, and kinesthetic learners, they don't do so well with visual and auditory. It can be a little overwhelming. So why not do hands-on activities with those students in a separate class? And auditory learners, they're going to do great in their own class. Do you see where I'm going with this? Yeah. Separate classes don't work. And if you don't believe me, check out the Supreme Court case. Separate but equal doesn't work. That's Brown versus Board of Education, by the way. Separate classrooms for special ed students doesn't work. And the reason why is because special ed students need that social interaction with their peers because it benefits them if they're going to grow up and become productive adults and members of society. And not only that, but the accommodations and modifications that the teacher may use for special ed students could very well help the class as a whole. So those are just some thoughts to keep in your mind. Now, if you liked what you saw, you learned something new, or you're new to the channel, please click that like button. And if you want updates on future videos, feel free to click the subscribe button and ring the bell for updates on future videos. And as always, if there's a question or comment that you have about the video, or there's a particular topic in special ed that you want me to cover, please drop a line in the comment section and I would be happy to answer it and go over it. And until next time, class dismissed.